Hello and welcome back to the Pitwall Podcast. Things look a little different, I know.
Yes, it does.
But we're here to break down the Japanese Grand Prix. But first, we have something a little special.
Oh, we do?
You know, Nick, I think you're wearing the wrong team today.
I don't know.
Is that the only thing you have here?
That's
to wear?
the only thing, as far as I know.
You know, you're wrong.
Oh, man.
We got a little gift for Nick. It is the bet from every year that we do.
Look at that bag.
Yeah, so this came in the mail today, actually. We went and picked it up on our lunch on my lunch break. He hasn't seen it yet.
And let's just say for the record, well, first of all, the color balance is going to be awful on this because this is the worst color for Canon cameras. But let me just say that you ordered this in February. It is April
6th.
It is April
7th.
So Ferrari, while I'm excited about the bag, if this was what held it up, hey, you know what?
Without.
For the price, the presentation, I mean, look at that.
It's a nice bag.
It's a
I'm
nice
not gonna
bag.
lie. It's a pretty nice bag.
All right, here we go.
Let's see the actual hat.
Oh, I feel it.
The Lewis Hamilton Ferrari
Whoa.
special.
Oh, it's
hat.
big. Good. Nice. Dude, this hat is nice.
Yeah.
Look at the stitching, dog.
Yeah, it's actually a really high quality hat.
Yeah, it looks nicer than I expected, to be honest. Dude, yeah. All right, hold on. I got to put it on.
Adds a little something extra, including the hat.
It gives that like Christmas Day vibe. With
Exactly. It's like he gets to open his presents on the couch. You know,
Well,
it's a good day.
Like Isaac Hadjar, I had trouble strapping in there for a second. So
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Dude, look at me. Why does this look so normal? I'm looking over at a monitor.
Yeah.
This
This
does
does look
normal. The white shirt, the red hat.
Yeah, I could see this.
Oh, what happened to me?
Lewis Hamilton happened.
Dude, if you had told me when I started watching F1 that I was going to be wearing a Ferrari hat on a podcast, which was, by the way, Mercedes' like greatest enemy for like multiple years.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
We're here.
There's still a tag I'm leaving on it because I don't want to like mess it up. But
Yeah.
Wow.
Looks good.
Well,
Looks
thank
good
you.
on you, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for losing. So anyway, without further ado, because that was quite a bit ado, let's go. Let's go ahead and get into why we're here today, which is to talk about how terrible McLaren was at the Japanese Grand Prix.
Gosh, man.
But first, let's fly, and I mean fly through all the other people that we need to talk about other than Max Verstappen, because there's literally nothing else to talk about.
Yeah.
Because this is one of the most boring races I've ever watched.
Yeah, this will probably be a pretty short episode.
Other than the hat part, which took a minute. So, dude, this is so nice. I did not realize it was going to be this nice.
Oh, yeah, dude. When I picked it up, when I took it out of the bag for the first time, I was like, oh, my gosh.
You know what? If the shipping wasn't so expensive, the price of the hat is
well,
it's
it's just
right.
because it came from Italy. If we did like the Fuel for Fans, I'm sure it would have been a little better. But
I looked it up again when I was saying it was on there.
Yeah.
It wasn't. So I think it was on there for literally 24 hours and then it sold out.
Oh, really?
Or maybe even not that.
Yeah.
long.
I mean, the second that you told me, hey, this is where it's going to be at, and
I mean, you ordered the first order of it. That's the thing.
I was like, I mean, legit was one of the first people to order this hat. So.
I mean, this is the most bought piece of F1 merch ever, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, dude. I mean,
So,
it's sick.
I'm the least unique. All right. Anyway, so yeah, dude, this super boring race. I just want to touch on two main things.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Yuki first.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something semi-interesting. So,
somewhat.
how was Yuki's first race in Red Bull / White Bull?
So it's not what anybody I think really hoped for, but it's better than what we've been getting.
Yep.
And that's what I'm looking at. I'm taking this as a like true statistical, logical Red Bull fan. I am not happy, but I'm also a little. I've got some hope there. There's some hope there because Yuki finished P12. So not a great race.
Well,
By any means for a Red Bull, you know. I
but
mean,
he qualified P15 behind.
He qualified behind Lawson.
Which we called. By the way,
we did. We called this whole race.
we're the
pretty
F1
much.
oracles now.
We called this whole race.
Everybody was freaking out. I just got to say, this pole position was the least surprising pole position of my life.
For real.
I mean, if you're watching Max and you're seeing him, they're like, "Oh, he hasn't put a lap together." I'm like, "Yeah," because I
He's
watched.
getting it ready.
This is the first time I've watched all of practice in like a while.
Oh, really?
I normally don't watch all of practice.
Yeah.
But I watched every second of practice basically, and I was like, "All right, Max is trying to go hard in sector 2 now. All right, so he's figured out sector 1. All right, here he's trying in sector 3 now.
Yeah.
But he's too smart to put it all together because then people will be like, "Oh, Max is gonna get pole."
Yeah.
So I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from him. I watched the onboard, dude.
Yeah.
I think that is the fastest that car could have gone.
Yeah.
Perfect lap.
I think. Yeah. I was about to say. I mean, I was thrilled when I watched qualifying and saw that lap.
Yeah. I mean, it was an amazing qualifying lap, but it was not surprising to have him on pole.
No.
I would say, even though it's not the fastest car.
No, I mean we both called it in our predictions.
By the way, that reel got a lot of traction. People were pretty surprised that we called it. I was like, because we know wheel, my guy.
Yeah. Hey, we know at least we know this track.
You basically
and
called the whole race. You were like, basically exactly.
Yeah.
Even though Leclerc, well, you said Ferrari was gonna be down, so you flipped Ferrari and Mercedes.
Yeah, pretty much.
But still.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Yuki was doing great, and then he wasn't all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was like the weekend started off with a lot of confidence. Yeah. And I was like, oh, we're getting. But here's the thing, though. Lawson hasn't really had that moment in that Red Bull. Whereas like Yuki, we're getting a glimpse.
Yeah.
Yuki, we're getting a glimpse at what can be. And I think maybe it's just like, I mean, you got to think, this is his first time like actually in this Red Bull, like for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Like other than a testing. And like, I mean, you can say the same for Lawson, but he still did better than Lawson, which is why I'm saying like, I'm going to be a little logical about it. Like Yuki has had a better weekend than Lawson has had so far in Formula One for Red Bull.
Okay. I'll go with you there. My only problem is this is his worst qualifying ever in Japan.
Yes.
That's rough.
And
the fact that he could have, let's be honest here. In the RB, he would have scored points. Probably. If
you're probably right. I mean,
anything.
with Hadjar, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. So I still think they made the right call. I think they should have put Yuki in at the beginning. And we all know.
You think we should have just had Lawson at V Carb, Yuki, Red Bull to start the season?
Well, yeah. Well, honestly, they should have given. I'm going to keep saying it. They should have given Ricardo a shot towards the end of the year last year because you don't know. It would have made no difference. So anyway, with that said, Yuki, you said he finished in P13 or P12. He did overtake Lawson.
He did,
and it was kind of insane, honestly. It was pretty good overtake. Yeah. One of the few that we got this race.
Yeah, for sure.
So his teammate Isaac Hadjar had, I would call, a fantastic race. And finished P8. He got points.
Yeah, dude, let me say, I was not expecting much from V Carb this year.
Yeah.
And like to see like Yuki when he was there and Hadjar like consistently like they're in the top 10 like throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
At some point, like qualifying, like I feel pretty good. I'm like pretty happy to see that.
I mean, the dude, he had such a struggle in qualifying with that joke that I made earlier, but he still got to P7 in qualifying. He beat Lewis Hamilton as his hero in qualifying.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So it was, I don't know, man. I was really impressed by him.
Yeah, dude, I'm actually really excited to see Hadjar throughout this season.
The Hadjar and Antonelli rookie hype is here.
Yeah, for real, dude.
All the other rookies.
I thought. I mean, like, of course, with the other rookies, like they're not really great teams. Like we don't expect much from them. But I didn't expect much from Hadjar, like coming out of the V Carb.
Yeah. Well, this shows that Red Bull should just never have a rookie at Red Bull.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Oh my gosh.
Well, speaking of Antonelli had an okay race. Mercedes didn't have anything fantastic, but Antonelli finished just a little bit behind George Russell, which I thought was great. Qualified P6, finished P6, and he was he was less than a second behind Russell, I believe. So, he was a little more than a second. But still, the dude was flying. And I have great hope for Mercedes. Going into this, I had forgotten that Mercedes, all of their weaknesses would be at this track when I was predicting. So I still have a lot of Mercedes hope. I'm not going to lie. I still, especially with the way that McLaren is being so dumb.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance for constructors still. And I think, drivers, there's a lot to talk about there.
Yeah, it's not as cookie cutter as it has been these past few years.
Well, let's just read down these results real fast and let's talk about the championship and McLaren. Yeah. So let's just go I'll say George Russell did not get on the podium. He was P5, back to true Mercedes pain. Let's do Ferrari. So Lewis Hamilton, he did not have the most great weekend ever. Apparently his floor is broken. So, and they have a new floor coming, so they didn't have a floor to fix it with. So he finished P7. He was like a little bit off of the race pace, which is pretty surprising.
Yeah.
But I'm not giving. I still think we're in this beginning phase where we can't tell yet how it's going to go.
I mean, if you look at last year, I mean, things completely different than how they
beginning of seasons haven't been great
Yeah.
recently. So I think Bahrain is like, I mean, that's where he's used to starting even. So like, I feel like that's going to be kind of a good, like, okay, let's see where we're
it starts.
at. He's gotten podiums there. He's won there multiple
Yeah.
times. Like, I feel like it's a good, and it's a good Ferrari track in the past.
Yeah.
So anyway, I feel like that's going to be good. Anyway, how was Leclerc?
Leclerc, I mean, P4. So, I mean, good points. He got 12 points for the team.
Yep.
I mean, it wasn't really anything special.
Yeah.
That type of race.
Yeah, let's see. So next team we talked about Hadjar. Williams. Williams had a mixed weekend, I'd say. Albon really good weekend.
Sainz not so great.
Yeah, Albon was P9, and Albon was a menace on the radio this time to his team.
Yeah, dude, I loved that. He's like, "What are you guys doing? This is the dumbest."
Yeah, man. I mean, I agree, but
oh yeah. I mean, they pitted him incorrectly.
There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah. And Sainz P14.
Yep.
Which is weird.
And
he did have some good overtakes in like the latter portion of the race. I will say that to get him up into positions.
He got multiple penalties. He got penalties for having a stomach problem, which a lot of people are upset about. But you can't not fine him something for missing the national anthem. And normally it's 60,000, and they did 20. So like they're being reasonable.
I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah, they're being reasonable. Well, it's like a disrespect thing.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's reasonable, and half of it's suspended. So it's really only $10,000. Like at the end of the day, it is 1/6 the normal amount, but you can't just let it go.
Yeah.
So, anyway, next team up, let's talk about Alpine. So Gasly was P13, and Alpine's having a rough start.
Dude, I was gonna say, like, I've been thinking about this with Doohan and everything.
Yeah, how's that going?
P15.
Yeah.
By the way, not great. He gained 4 places in the race.
Yeah.
And he finished 2 places behind his teammate.
Yep. It's rough.
So
and he crashed. We'll talk about that in a second.
So do you think he's going to get replaced? Because, I mean, he's only 2 places behind Gasly.
Yeah, I know. I think he's going to get replaced. Here's why. I have 2. This is like Nick theory brain, so get ready.
Yeah.
All right. So first thing, let's talk about his crash in practice. So this man claimed that when he was on the simulator, he's playing F124.
Yes.
He's able to take the corner with the wing open. So this man tries it in real life, the DRS. Yeah. Not the front wing. Sorry, we're not there yet.
Yeah, it's all good.
Tries it in real life. And the team is like, "Oh, it was a driver error." I don't know, man. This smells like some Flavio stuff.
I was about to say that. Yeah, I think I think they told him he could do it.
I think they told him to do it.
Yeah.
And then after the race, he struggles getting out of the car. Did you see this?
Yeah.
I think this dude is afraid. And he's like afraid to tell him that he's injured or he can't race because he's afraid he's going to lose his seat.
Yeah.
And every time you ask somebody, Kim Hillman made a video about this today. I watched it a bunch. He said, that the teams keep saying he has a multi-year deal. He has a multi-year deal, which is true.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. You just don't sign Colapinto that long. Colapinto was testing at Monza last weekend in an old Alpine.
Really?
Yes. Like, that's why he wasn't at the track.
Gotcha.
So, I don't know, man. I mean, it's hard. He brings so much to the table in terms of sponsors. Kind of like, this crash was bad. It was 50 G's, dude. That's one less than Max's crash at Silverstone, which is like one of the worst modern crashes we've seen.
Dang.
I mean, or maybe it might be 2 less, but still.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like it's bad. I'm not saying Max's wasn't worse.
No. Yeah. I get what you mean.
I think it's time. I think his time's numbered.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it, but at the same time, to me, it's like, I mean, Alpine's a crap box right now a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. They're bad. They're really bad. They're waiting for the 2026 regulations, I think.
I think so.
Anyway, moving on. So, Hydro we talked about.
Oh, we got.
Let's talk about the other best driver on F1. Let's talk about Lance Stroll.
I knew it.
The only driver to get lapped in this race, and an Aston Martin. I just realized the benefit of holding this is I can yell and move it away.
You can.
Aston Martin P20.
Woohoo!
I didn't even realize until the race came up because, I'm always so focused on like the cutoff time.
Yeah.
I was like, this man qualified last. I just realized.
Yeah.
Like, it's back. He's back.
Yeah.
He had his 2 good results.
I was gonna say
It's
we had
over.
our little shining. It's the circle of Stroll.
The circle of Stroll.
You have the
2 good
chance,
races.
There's a little hope, and then back to normally scheduled program. Really bad. Oh, there's a little hope.
So the crashes come next.
Yes.
So the beaching in the gravel.
Yes. The blaming other people and crashing yourself out of the race. Yes.
The shoving your own trainer.
Yes. Alonso, on the other hand, P11. So close finish of the points, just not quick enough.
Which I think is a pretty good result. Also, I got to say, I did predict him to DNF and he didn't, but he did cause a red flag in practice.
Yeah.
And I think that's close enough. So
That's fair.
I'm going to take
That's
those
fair.
points.
We have Haas, Behrman, points finish, by the way, P10.
And
clean race.
Ocon was P18.
Whoa, yeah.
Ocon's getting smoked by Behrman.
Yeah, dude.
This dude is getting smoked. Like, welcome back K-Mag, basically.
Oh, yeah, pretty
level.
much, dude.
And I don't know, man. That's bad. I mean, so he's raced 5 races for Haas now, counting the sprint race, and scored in 3 of them.
Yeah.
That's got to be some kind of Haas record. It's got to be. Like, I don't know, man.
It could be.
I don't know, man. Ocon might not be worth the money.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what his contract
tough,
is, but oof. I mean, and Haas is starting not as good as I expected.
Yeah.
Dude, the Haas syndrome got me. I wasn't expecting, but this is like a mild. This is like a you can still go to work with that kind of sniffle, you know? Like like you have mild symptoms, take some NyQuil, you can go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like that's my level of Haas delusion. Because I was like, yeah, they're going to score points consistently. They're going to fight for P5, and they might still. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, it's over, race 3, it's over.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, man. I just really expected a lot more from them. But Behrman did very well. So
that's true.
I mean, and the constructors, Williams is in 5th, Haas is in 6th.
Yeah, it's not far off from them fighting for P5. It's just I honestly think Williams is gonna.
Dude, Aston Martin is in P7, and I don't know if they're gonna go up, dude. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
As much as I'm talking about Haas delusion, I have no Aston Martin delusion.
And now I'm looking at these team standings, and I'm like, maybe I have freaking Racing Bulls delusion.
Hey, well, dude, they've screwed themselves out of points multiple times.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Yuki's points got really screwed last race.
Dude, I think V-Carb could get a podium this year. Like if
I actually agree.
I think they could get like a fluky, dude.
Like in the rain.
Dude, what if
podium?
Liam gets a podium before Yuki?
Oh, that would be insane.
Like something crazy happens.
What if he wins?
Oh. If he wins, I might stop watching it. All right, Gabriel Bortoletto was P19. Woo! Welcome back, Sauber.
Yeah, but it's literally I wrote down Hulkenberg P16, another Sauber finish.
Yep. Well, the team that doesn't matter and is the ugliest. Dude, they teased us with this car. They made this beautiful fade green that looks so good in person. Oh, sorry, in the reveal.
Yeah.
At least decent, better than last year.
Yeah.
And then now it's just like a line.
Yeah.
And this is black and green. It's like, what happened to this car?
Who knows?
Well, anyway, let's get into the real meat of everything. Let's talk about McLaren.
Oh, good old McLaren.
So let's talk about, first of all, how they blew qualifying. So I watched their onboards, and they did not have a perfect lap, and they were still barely behind Max, which means they absolutely threw away what could have been a 1-2.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Max Verstappen gets complete credit for driving the best lap that somewhere between second and third fastest car is. I don't know which it is.
Yeah.
I keep thinking Mercedes is faster than they had a race like this.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. I still think Mercedes might be faster overall over the whole season.
I can't tell, dude. I don't know. I think it might be Red Bull.
You think Red Bull's faster?
I think barely, dude.
It's close. Dude, we could get a great Max Verstappen versus 2 Mercedes.
We could.
I mean, we're benefiting major from the thing that scares me, and the thing that I think is the main meat before we just dunk on McLaren for a minute. This flexi wing thing, the regulations are coming. Yeah. And if Red Bull can just survive in advance, that's what I wrote down.
Yeah.
They can just stay in that 30, 40 points behind McLaren range.
Yeah.
Like they're in prime position.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, there's a world where McLaren finishes third.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so serious, dude. If Red Bull tunes it up to where Max can start dunking on people again with the second fastest car, McLaren's got no shot. Because I think Mercedes is they're gonna wake up too. Mercedes is what have I said? They always bring decent upgrades.
Yeah.
Think of it. They never bring an upgrade that doesn't work. Pretty much, they always just start the year bad. So if this is the no, dude, think about it. If this is the worst Mercedes is the whole year, like McLaren's in trouble.
They're pretty set. Yeah, they're pretty good.
They're only
That's the thing. I mean,
30 points, something like that.
I mean, this is the best Mercedes has started
in the hybrid in this era.
years.
Yeah, since 2021.
Yeah.
75 points. Yeah. And Kimmy's not even optimized yet.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like they're also
but
kind
still consistently behind being close to Russell. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Russell looked like he had a bad Q3 lap, or he could have had podium. He could have pole, dude. Like his Q2 time was like, all right, I thought he was the main challenger, honestly, at a point. So I don't know, man. McLaren, if they don't have this flexi wing thing figured out, I think the other teams will. And because if there's anything that Red Bull and Mercedes know how to do, they know how to cheat and then go back. McLaren knows how to develop like one thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Mercedes is like, all right, we'll use the DATs for 1 year. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Even though that was technically in the regulations, but and Red Bull's like, listen, we only reached the cost cap once. I mean, come on. So
just once.
But McLaren only knows how to build a fast car, and that's completely it. That's all they know how to do.
Don't know how to make it go faster over time.
So Oscar Piastri finished P3, but the most frustrating part about it was he was behind Lando the whole time, looked faster to literally everybody on planet Earth, and they didn't let him by.
Yeah.
No shot. Didn't even think about it.
He kept asking.
They didn't even talk to Lando. Nothing. There was they just said understood. Like nothing. No hint. Nothing.
I think because of the last race, they're not going to risk that.
Well, tell me about how Lando did.
Lando P2, never got into DRS range of Max.
Yeah, but what about, he never got, Well, you know how he could have been the DRS range of Max? If he was freaking patient.
Yeah.
So out of the pit, Red Bull had a slow stop, which I don't think I've said in, I don't know how long. But Caleb's been gone, their lead mechanic. He's gone, suddenly they're slow. Ferrari's got the best pit stops somehow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
By a lot. So anyway, dude. So they come out of the pits and they're like side by side.
Yeah.
And then Lando goes through the grass when he could have got right behind. And when I mean right behind, I don't mean like, a couple car lengths. I mean like his front wing could have literally been pushing Max.
Yeah.
They come out of the pit, dude. He's in DRS the next lap. Max isn't going to get away that quickly with tire warm up.
Yeah.
What is he doing?
Yeah.
Like, it's so unbelievably bad.
It could have been, that actually could have changed a lot.
He could have won the race.
Yeah, he could have won.
One overtake. That's all it would have taken.
Yeah.
Like,
Then I wonder if Piastri would have caught up.
Because look at Yuki. Can the Red Bull follow? No. No, it can't follow. Like, dude, it was astoundingly bad. Like, I can't say enough about it. I told you before I'm going to dunk on him, and this is how I'm not just doing it up for entertainment.
Yeah.
This is genuinely how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so upset at watching their lack of competence.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way. Yuki in his first day in a Red Bull, there's no way he finishes behind Alonso. No way. No way. But it's because the car can't follow, right? Mm-hmm. So with that theory in mind, and then so he comes out of the pits. All right. So they've already screwed up. Let's back up a level. They pitted him at the same time. They didn't even try an overcut. You cowards. Dude, it was so frustrating.
Yeah.
It was so frustrating.
I think they knew that they weren't going to. I mean,
why? It doesn't matter. They said it on TV. Worst case scenario, he comes out in P3, and then they just let PS. They just do the swap.
Yeah, that's fair.
But they don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. With McLaren right now, like swapping, I feel like it's so.
Dude, I put my whole bank account. They're not going to win the drivers. They're probably going to win constructors.
Drivers?
Yeah, drivers.
Yeah.
No, wait. Max is only 1 point behind. And he's only finished on the podium 2 out of 3.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start really deciding. I mean, who's under him?
What?
Lando?
It's Piastri.
Oh yeah.
It's Piastri than Russell, dude. Russell and Max have way better, and they have a team designed with one driver that's the lead driver. And if Antonelli starts getting involved, like in harassing, because thing is, Antonelli is kind of driving like Max a little bit. I mean, a little aggressive. A little aggressive. I gotta be honest. Like he's pretty aggressive. So. Can you imagine? Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I could see it. I mean, Oscar's 49, Russell's 45, Antonelli's 30.
Everybody's saying that Lando's really struggling with some part of this car. Mm-hmm. I think it's a driver talent issue. I'm so serious, dude. Yeah. Piastri looks totally fine. and he looks faster. He just didn't qualify faster.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If Piastri gets his if he gets his thing sorted out, he'll never look back.
If they did swap,
I think Piastri could have won.
yeah,
I think he would have been better than Lando.
Think so too.
He was faster.
Well, yes. Sorry,
he was faster out of DRS range.
I don't know. Max was just freaking. I mean,
Max
he was ahead the whole time. So like obviously you can't tell he's like super competitive.
But they were covered by less than.
Yeah,
they were covered by 2.1 seconds.
They were close.
I mean, Max had to drive a perfect race not to lose. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So I'm not taking anything away from Max.
No. Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude, like McLaren had so many options. You have two cars. Somebody find me a race. I dare you. I dare you to find me a race where Mercedes had a 2-3 and they didn't win. Unless it was somebody that got so far ahead, or they didn't try something.
Yeah.
Like Valtteri was the king of like, all right, we'll do this. He'll go long. He'll drive 80 laps on a medium, like if he has to. Like, it's just so. I'm sure the comments are going to find plenty of examples, but I'm just saying like they at least tried.
Yeah. I get what you mean.
It's so incompetent. It's so incompetent from a team strategy side, and they're also like. They also called for rain in the middle of the race, which I think was fake. I think they did a fake dummy call that literally I looked at Kendra and I was like, they're not pitting, they're lying. Yeah. They were like, box overtake Verstappen. I'm like, I'm sure. Like, which is what they should have done, by the way. But the undercut didn't work. But it's just the lack of trying is just giving in. Yeah, and that's fair. That's not sports.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's a glorified parade. At that point, like they're just trying. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they don't care about drivers. I don't know. Maybe they don't care. Because like here's the thing.
I was wondering that. I was
Red
wondering
Bull cares
that.
more about drivers.
Yeah, for sure. Because like that's what I was wondering. I was like, for team dynamics, like
a 2-3 is better than a 2-4, I guess. I don't know.
Like is like for McLaren, like are they going to prioritize maybe like a Lando Drivers Championship, or is it only about constructors for them for now?
I don't know, man. But like. They're too vulnerable in qualifying to keep doing this.
Yeah.
Like qualifying so close still, anybody any day, I feel like can get it. McLaren is not everybody's treating this McLaren like it's the RB19. It's not. Yeah. It's not the RB19. It's not the W11. It's not that. It's not that level. It's ahead, but not enough.
Yeah.
And my last point I want to make is Ferrari's bringing a new floor. They feel very confident about the upgrades they're bringing.
Yeah.
McLaren cannot handle one driver fighting them right now, and if Mercedes and Ferrari show up onto the scene, they're done. They cannot handle this level of pressure.
Yeah.
So
I think you're kind of right.
I mean, last year they de facto won it by Checo being terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, let's keep it real. They had no shot of the drivers.
Yeah, pretty much.
Done. So you just got to assume that if two drivers are in it, Ferrari screwed around enough for the last few races that it's going to be tough. But I don't know, man.
I agree.
I would say it's not a lock, and I mean this could be like Red Bull last year, where they win they win some races up until the Flexi 4 thing or Flexi Wing thing, and then we just never hear about them again. And the thing is, they already threw one away.
Yeah.
Like Red Bull, at least to their credit, when they were the fastest car, it was like 1-2, 1-3, 1-2, 1-3. Like they were like,
for sure.
We are not giving in. You have to beat us, and then McLaren was able to.
Yeah.
But by having a car twice as fast.
Yeah, that's fair.
So anyway, give me your winner and loser of this race.
Winner going to be Max, of course.
Yep.
Very happy. I mean, this one felt like, even though it wasn't a special race, it was like a special win.
Yeah, I agree. He was super happy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's been so long since he won.
Yeah. It felt weird. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
And seeing him on pole, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like having him pop up as the P1 graphic.
Kind of missed the songs, not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's a little different.
But kind of missed it.
Loser is honestly probably gonna be Yuki.
Oh no.
Probably because he hyped himself up this week and he didn't really deliver. Like he said, I want all the pressure, and buddy, you got it. Yeah.
My winner, I'm gonna give it to Max. Also, I feel like he
deserves it. Yeah.
Loser, I'm gonna go a 3-way tie.
Oh, okay. Let's get it.
Carlos Sainz for
good one.
eating some bad food, apparently.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. And getting a 3-place grid penalty for some of the worst impeding I've ever seen. I started screaming at the TV. I said 3-way tie. The second one, I'm going to give it to the Japanese fans because they have a tradition of rewatching the race, sitting in the grandstands after the race. And would you want to rewatch that?
Probably not.
And I'm sure they did. because
They
then
probably did.
because the track invasion is not till after that, so they have to wait.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a loss.
Yikes.
And then the third is McLaren for throwing away
Yeah.
a win that they had to have.
That's fair.
I think they will have that. I think we'll look back and go, man, if they had won that one race, that might have made the difference. So if we're talking this season, well, that's about it. Be sure to like, subscribe, and follow at the Pitwall Pod. We will be back this week with predictions for the Bahrain Grand Prix. I'm not used to saying that in this order. Bahrain Grand Prix.
Yeah.
So and we'll see you on the next one.
See you next time.
Bye.
Peace.
McLaren is spineless.